The War Within hotfixes are in. We're going to talk a little bit about current game. 11.1.7, 11.0.7, PTR, I got it all for you right here. Bundle up, get yourselves ready, pucker those cheeks because we're about to get into the news. Here we go. The War Within hotfixes are in. Hunter class, a Beast Mastery had a little issue going on. Some PvP issues, fixed an issue preventing players who met in Battleground Blitz rating requirement from purchasing forged equipment. Okay, that's fine. Time walking. I guess people were creating characters between levels 29 and 10 and then deleting them just to get this level 30 drop reward. So from now on, you cannot complete the time walking quest if you are not level 30 or higher to get the items. You can still do time walking at a lower level, but you will not be able to participate in the quest itself. So there you go for all of you degenerates out there breaking the game as usual. You can always count on WoW players to do that. And then 20th anniversary, Rat's Revenge. What did Moishi name this quest? What is this? There's a puzzle currently going on that we'll talk about for another Blaze cycle. I'll get into that a little bit here and link you guys the article on how to get it yourselves. It's pretty close at this point. We'll talk a little bit about that. I guess there were some issues with the quest that they've gone out and fixed here. Oh my, what is that? Again, your dicks, your ears getting blown off. I'm a man of the people, and I'm here to give back to the people. That's right, the big, long, black Brutosaur. It could be yours. All you gotta do is tune into my shitty stream for 1 hour, just one measly hour. You will get a point to enter into the giveaway. My streams start at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Get in here, get your point. Every point beyond that hour, you can use it to enter again. It could be yours. Valor Stones will now be able to be used to get equipment for your alts. That's right. Today, Blizzard added the ability to send veteran track dungeon items to alts using Valor Stones. So you can purchase these items from Amerigra and Dornegal, going out there, buying this chest, and then sending it to your alts with the Valor Stones. So that's pretty cool. You'll be able to, again, send these things, gear out your alts. Why not? It gives you another way to go ahead and gear out those little ulti boys that you'll be running with. WoW Classic Fresh Servers has a launch date, November 21st, Pacific Standard Time at 2 p.m. will be the time of release. Depending on where you are in the world, it might be the 22nd by then, but it is a simul release. Here you go. These are the times for everybody that it'll be released. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m., and then everywhere else in the world that still matters. For me, Eastern Time, 5 p.m. for us. We'll get those servers up and running again for the Classic. That's right, double Classic. Can't wait for the triple. Patch 11.0.7 PTR is in full force here. I'm going to report on a couple changes that have been made. Dark Flight cooldown for your Worgens. That's right, you furry lovers out there. You now have a reduced time of 1.5 minutes on the cooldown. Was 2 minutes, so you can Dark Flight just a little bit more and a little bit more often. That's pretty good for those racials. The racials have been getting updates here and there, and I'll continue to report on those. Shamans. Oh no. Have you been enjoying your enhancement, Shaman? Well, too bad. Blizzard says, fuck you. We're going to nerf that shit. They're getting a little bit of a nerf here. It looks like the Hot Hand ability, which was a pretty nice ability for them, it gives them a lot of DPS, is being nerfed from Lava Lash, giving a 38% increase to now a 33% increase in damage of Lava Lash, and then instead of by 50% for 8 seconds, it is now a 15% buff for 8 seconds, so that's quite a nerf there. Hurts a little bit, but I'll be honest, Shamans are on top. We're going to review the current DPS charts right now, and still, Shamans are doing pretty damn good. No, fuck you, Nith. No, fuck you. Moving on to the Sand Shale Wing. Added in patch 11.0.7 now. This was a mount that you could have gotten by doing a Turbulent Timeways achievement. Would have given you the mount. You basically gained the mastery for 5 weeks, and you go ahead and got the mount. Well, now you don't have to do that achievement anymore. You can now get it for 5,000 Time Warp badges. It has been added on the PTR once 11.0.7 drops. You will be able to get this from your time walking vendor. So if you want the mount that I personally don't think looks that cool, but yeah, some people like these shale wings, so you can go ahead and get it. This one looks pretty cool. This is a pretty cool looking mount, I'm not gonna lie. The Janus, I do kind of want it. Janny's a pretty cool looking mount. It's a bareback mount, and you know I love to ride bareback. This is gonna be one that will be easier to get than previously expected, because a Farewell to Arms is the achievement that you're going to have to get to be able to get this mount, and it looks like Blizzard has gone around and nerfed a bunch of these things. So a lot of these achievements that were once very difficult to get when BFA was actually live will now be much easier to get. There's a bunch of patch notes here on how they made it easier. Some of the items you got to collect like Okay, destroying a tumor, destroy 1,000 corrupted tumors. Now you only have to destroy 100. There's also some bigger things here, a few things that you collect less of, do less of, a few things that were made easier to kill, a few mobs that were made easier to kill. So overall, the achievement should be easier. It is an ugly mount. It is an ugly mount, I don't disagree, but its ugliness kind of makes it, a little bit desirable. It's that ugly that it's become a bit desirable thanks to its ugliness. So if you want to get this mount, it should be a little bit more doable once 11.0.7 actually hits. This one was interesting. So this is not from PTR. This is from the announcement, right? We watched the whole, event live, the whole, what was it called? Warcraft Direct, right? Direct into your PP. And 11.0.7 was an interesting thing about it is that they didn't talk about it that much, right? It came in passing. But one thing you may have noticed when they were talking about it is some of the cinematics they were showing in the background hadn't yet been revealed in the game. And I was looking at it and I was like, you guys remember this was live, and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't seen this cinematic. Where'd this come from? These images are actually from a cinematic that will be dropping during 11.0.7 through the quest chain, but we have yet to see. And there's some interesting stuff to be grabbed from it, right? So this is, her name is Orweyna. She is the Horonir, right? The one that we talk to all the time. And she is currently kind of lead us into what looks like is going to be the discovery of Undermined and things like that. So she seems to be getting images here of Azeroth herself. Look at that. That's her little standing in front of Azeroth there, the World Soul. And then some images of some digging, obviously goblin-esque items here, a hammer hitting. This is a green hand right here. Could be an orc, probably a goblin. A bit thick in the wrist, so it might be an orc. Who knows? But some interesting stuff. And then we saw images here of the blood, right? This is why Orweyna, or whatever her name is, Orweyna, is going to be very much interested in Undermine, because she's been following the old god blood, and it seemingly has leaked into Undermine, right? We see here, this looks like some kind of forgotten Titan temple or facility of some sort, and clearly it's been infected by old god blood. Wayna. Okay, I'll call her that. Good old Wayna. So there she is again. She's going to be very much interested in what's going on in Undermine because of this old god blood, and that might be the story thread that actually takes us down there, where we get into the whole goblin-esque stuff and everything else going on in 11.1. So this is going to be a nice one. We'll have to wait and see how it actually goes on. What, Wayna? Wayna? Okay, Orweyna. There she goes. Orweyna. We can call her Orweyna of the Horonir. There we go. Hate Forged Blaze Cycles. The people keep getting them. It looks like they're back in stock. I did mention this, a 600-point value. I talked about this before. You can literally get a 12-pack of Mountain Dew in a Doritos bag, and that will give you 600 points. You don't got to drink the Mountain Dew, but if you choose to drink it, just know your kidneys will forever be damaged by it. There's another Felcycle that you can get, though, and this one's very cool. So this is the Incognitro, the Indecipherable Felcycle. This is the green variant, a very badass, very, obviously fel. It looks like, it's got those Burning Legion vibes for your burning crotch rocket. This is a cool looking one. It's a puzzle, right? So there's puzzles. Obviously, people are going to be going through this. There is a whole puzzle thread on Discord that you can join if you want. I'll link these articles below. You can check a lot of them out. But this was day one. They are currently on day two, going through these quest lines, figuring out some of the mysteries that is finding this blaze cycle. Eventually, you get to a room where you got to actually light these torches in a certain order. Once you do, this is the point everyone's at. This is the order you light them up in. You do your thing, whatever, transfer the balls, whatever it is. You continue on through. There's different little things, items here and there that you're going to have to find. These mystery things are nothing new to Blizzard. They've been putting them in the game quite a lot lately, and I actually find them quite entertaining. I'll try to maybe do this one on stream and see if we can't get this Felcycle. It's almost completed. They haven't figured out just everything yet, but I think they're getting close. Again, continue to check the Discord channel for this. The link will be in the article. I'll link these two articles in chat right now for you guys, and everyone who's watching on YouTube, the links will be below the video. So you guys can go check those out. This is the Blazed Felcycle, or the Nitro, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking one. What up, Achilles? How's it going? And then last but not least here, you guys know I love to get into these things. Here it is, the DPS charts for Week 10 of Mythic Narubar Palace. Take all this with a grain of salt. Remember, you actually got to be good at the game to hit these numbers. Everyone else who's just your average Joe out there, probably pretty even keel. But here we go. Overall damage, Enhancement Shaman. There it is. I talked about them getting a little bit of a nerf, maybe in 11.0.7, but they're doing just fine now. And even after the nerf, they'll probably still be one of the best DPS in the game. Enhancement Shaman taking the lead. Frost Mage, Survival Hunter, Furry Warrior, Sub-Titty Rogue, Outlaw Rogue, Ass Rogue. It's rogues. It's rogues. You're going to see it. In the next one that I show you for single target damage, Rogue is doing amazing. We have re-entered the age of the Rogue. I'm happy for them. They were at the bottom of the charts for quite a while. Now they're back up top. So there you go. Rogues are doing great. And Elemental Shaman rounding out the top boys here. We got some mid-tier ones. Destro Warlock is your best Warlock spec, it looks like right now, at least for overall damage. Ret Pally, Arms Warrior. Got a bunch of mid-tier here. Fire Mage at the bottom. Windwalker Monk. Feral Druid, Unholy DK, and Frost DK. Now, again, I say this, take this with a grain of salt because I've seen Death Knights come into raid and pump their dicks off. Now, that is single target damage, so let's check out what single target actually looks like. Again, you see here, Death Knight not doing too good in single target, but I've seen him come into raid and do just fine. Fire Mage at the bottom, even lower than Augmentation Evoker, right? I don't know, Fire Mage just not viable right now. I mean, you guys can speak to it. People out there who are playing mages, are they just not playable at this point? Fire Mage looks really bad, I'm going to be honest. Ass Rogue taking the top tier for single target damage, Survival Hunter, Enhancement Shaman, Arms Warrior, Beast Mastery Hunter, Sub-Titty Rogue, Arcane Mage, Outlaw Rogue, Frost Mage. Rounding out the top, Retribution Paladin, not doing too bad, kind of, you know, mid-tier. I've seen some Rets really pumped, though. Again, player skill plays a bigger role than these charts do. Don't forget that, guys. Don't go switching your class unless you're maybe your Fire Mage, maybe, you know, respec to Arcane or something. But don't go playing another class that you don't like just because of what these charts are telling you. You'll be just fine. Just keep playing the class you like and get good. How about that? Biggest movers up and down this week. We got, what is this? 9 spots down on Demo Warlock and 6 spots down on Destruction Warlock. Oh my god, man. They are just destroying Warlocks right now with these nerfs. I don't know what's going on, but they are the biggest movers down right now. Biggest mover up, let's see, looks like we got right here, Sub-Titty Rogue. Sub-Titty Rogue up 2, Outlaw up 7, Outlaw Rogue up 2, Frost Mage up 5. I mean, these are the big movers. Rogue in general doing really good. They're on the up and up. Get good. That's right. That's right. Yeah, coming from Sam, you know, I don't reveal my true power on stream a lot of times. I'm actually one of the best Blood DKs in WoW in general, but I prefer to be a man of the people, as I've called myself before, and as a man of the people, I don't like to show off too much, and that's why things are currently the way they are.